Barotrauma is a 2D horror social strategy game where you and a few friends, or bots if you don't have any, are given a role on a submarine on Jupiter's moon Europa. Unfortunately, I have no friends, and using bots are for scrubs. So my goal is to reach the end of the campaign without any crew on my ship besides myself, abyssal difficulty, Juvian radiation turned on. The campaign. How does it work? Good question. You start the campaign on the leftmost side of the map, getting eventually more and more deeper until you reach the Eye of Europa, and kill God. Every mission leads to a different station, and the level in between stations is where the shooty sneaky fixie happens. Missions can range from the intense stuff like clearing out a monster nest or killing a swarm, to more mundane stuff like hauling cargo and mining materials. And yes, personnel transport missions are allowed under my rules. Wait, isn't the challenge supposed to be only you on the sub? Why are these guys allowed? Well, it's personnel transport, not crew transport. Those are two very different words, dummy. But seriously, the personnel can't be directly or indirectly controlled like the botmates can. Also, some personnel cause more trouble than help, like the clowns fucking with my junction boxes, or a husky eating their eggs prematurely. Someone ate their egg. Who ate their egg? Fuck. Have I mentioned pets are also allowed? Pets are also allowed. They're a drain on resources, but you know, if you want one. They're cute little guys. The subs in the game come in 3 tiers, with each tier being bigger, able to support a bigger crew, but also needing more crew to support it, unless they're built different with that NG circuitry shit. Fucking
nerd! No, I'm just kidding. We appreciate you. Here, have some of these. Willy Wonka was my goddamn hero. Anyway.
So, for our interest, having the smallest ship with the least blind spots is preferable, leaving us with tier 1 to look in. I also want to use purely vanilla ships, so nothing from the Steam Workshop, and nothing I'd make myself. The Dugoing, also known as what I call the Dug, is one of the first ships you can get in the game, and is considerably better than any other ship. One can say, the best ship. To prove it, I marked the blind spots, the fabricators, and the junction box for the tier 1 ships, and every other ship in the game too. And ignoring all the practical reasons to get the ship, I just really like it. It's a funny guy. It's a silly little feller. Now, if you're familiar with the game, or a specific video about the game, throwing shade at a generally good video, cough cough, you'd know that you can't finish without upgrading the hull to its highest level, which is only available to tier 3 ships. And the Dug is a tier 1. However, it is actually possible to get a tier 1 ship to the end, with one very specific perk. So each role has different sets of perks: captain's effects, piloting the boat, boosting the crew's XP gain, and getting most out of the game's factions. Security officers shoot stuff and do gun stuff, doctors heal, edit genes, and makes neurotoxins, and assistants die. For the most part. Considering we are the only person on the sub, we need a perk tree with the most utility within the broadest situations, which is Mechanic. Mechanic's the best one. Mechanic's tree is focused on fixing and upgrading the sub, and making tools that make that job easier. The most important of which is Retrofit in the early game and Iron Storm in the late game, because both allow the ship's hull to be upgraded past its tier. Everything else we could possibly need that would require a perk to craft could either be bought or found in Rex. Slipsuit? Ooh. There's just a slipsuit chillin' in here? The fuck? Getting the good stuff. There are 5 biomes in the game. Layout-wise, they're mostly the same, differing in monster composition and quantity, but this challenge did take place in all of them, and it seems like a good way of organizing concepts, so I should start with... Cold Caverns is considered a tutorial area. One could say the kiddie pool, and it really shows. The missions have low XP gain, poor payouts, and most of the monsters spawn in small groups. Speaking of, I should elaborate on what these creatures actually are. There are, as a core cast of characters, crawlers, common and can be husked. I just wanted to repair my submarine! Oh, what the fuck? Mud raptors, common, annoying, and can be tamed. Are you ready? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Is he chill? Wait, is he chill? Okay, Rex is chill. Rex is chill. Rex is chilling. It's not really important, but it is very interesting. Spinelings, annoying, especially the large ones. Ooh, fucking, those guys are big. Oh my god. Hammerheads, the bane of the run, and are more common than they should be. Orcs, properly called threshers, they're silly boys. I like them. Sounds like a pain. Wait, fucking. Husks, parasite boys, will be elaborated on later. Trust me, I have a lot to say about them. And Molochs, biggest non-abyss boys, and they're sleepy until they're not. And a few others saved for narratively appropriate times. These are the threats on Europa, best dealt with from the safety of the sub, but I only got good at the game at the end, where I was forced to get good. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought, bitch. But just cause this area is easy, doesn't mean we get to slack off. The primary thing we want to do here is make friends and gather resources. Reputation is a value in the game, determining how much a faction likes or hates you. I know, surprising. But rep has a material benefit, mainly in cheaper prices at outposts controlled by said faction, as well as being able to pass through the next biome for free, as all our funds we want going into the dug. The two primary factions are the Coalition and the Separatists, but there are also the cults of the Husk and the Hawk Mother. Their lore? Ignored. During my run, I made friendly with the Coalition. I prefer the Separatists, but I didn't really want to go out of my way to join them. We also made friends with the Church of the Husk, for a very particular reason that we'll get to later. In addition to rep, we also want resources. This area has not the greatest doors, but the basic stuff needed to make piercing and explosive ammo, as well as fuel rods. In addition to that, we want specifically 10 steel to max upgrade the hull until retrofit, and uranium, so we can craft and recycle fuel rods of better quality. Also buy lots of fuel. You may not think you need 5 stacks of uranium fuel rods, and you probably don't. But getting stranded is more possible than you'd think. We have 16, 17, 18 empty. Oh my god, we have so much fucking fuel. Holy shit, we have so much fuel. Can you tell I'm traumatized? Can you tell? Is it obvious? Anyway, material scanner, loot, hull upgrade, gun and blind spot, other quality of life upgrades, and remember to pick your perks wisely. And if all goes well, the next area should be a breeze. I fucking wish. The European Ridge, a flora-laden landscape where the moon's contempt for its human inhabitants becomes more apparent, obviously with more creatures spawning, but also with the plants joining in the harassment. Now you may think that piloting and shooting is the bulk of the gameplay, but that would be very misleading. For the boop shooty shooty is only the inciting incident for the real gameplay, painting the walls and welding fuel, and babysitting the junction boxes. Now having multiple people on the sub mitigates the tediousness of the repairs. Even a 2-person crew where one focuses on the boop shooty and the other focuses on the fixie fixie can make things a lot smoother, obviously with more people dedicated to more specific focuses, helping maintain and protect the sub, increasing the smoothness. And though the bots feel like they've been lobotomized before entering the sub, they can certainly lighten the workload. What are you doing? Oh my god, you're going to explode. What is wrong with you? Unfortunately, by the nature of this challenge, I don't get those helping hands, so my strategy for handling encounters has developed some quirks. Now time for the more laborious half. Has your ship been yeah, my ship has been damaged the entire time. The fact that I only needed to stop to repair the ship one time during the fight is incredible to me. You know, considering everything. Yeah, now we've gotten about 2/3. Our ship is very small, by the way. Tiny, even. My method is fairly simple. I sink I shoot. Fix everything after. I settled on the sink and shoot strat, mainly cause the hammerheads are annoying and there's too many of those. Also, to deal with what lies in the abyss. I just hear an occasional screech outside the sub, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh no. In this area, the most likely reason for going down in the abyss is because a gaggle of hammerheads sent the sub careening down towards the nearest available cavern. The abyss itself is a large cavern underneath the level itself. Later on, after the aphotic plateau, some of the best resources can be found in the abyss, but what's also down there are very dangerous creatures. Oi! What? Oh, fuck! Or at least the most tedious on repairs. The most common abyss creature to be encountered are the Latcher and the Charybdis. I don't know what he's doing. He's doing spinnies. The common trait between these boys is their size, because they're massive. They're all much larger than the Dug, and they can easily throw the Dug around, leaving serious bruising that I don't have the time to fix right now, thanks. The clear way to deal with these guys, if escape is an option, is to just let the ship take whatever damage it can handle while chipping away at the boyo's health, and hope the Charybdis doesn't yoink you out of the sub. Oh fuck. Oh shit. He grabbed me. This area, the European Ridge, was the one that I struggled in the most. Mainly because I blew through the cold caverns and hadn't myself the appropriate ammo to deal here, thus killing the first run. So, restarting, getting straight into the cold caverns, natural formation, because fuel rods are actually important, then resetting again to see how good the Berserk is, and it turns out it's fucking ass, so... Oh fuck, what the hell? Restarting for the third time, I had more of an idea of what to expect. Hammerheads and orts and the general tediousness of fixing the Dug. Every mission here always had one death, and I never knew if I had what I needed, but somehow I scraped by, severely behind on levels, and gradually losing my lead on the radiation. I managed to make it past the ridge, and the aphotic plateau had some surprises. It's basically the same as the previous biomes, but more. The installation on beacon stations are destroyed now, some alien ruins can spawn. Cool. Actually, the alien ruins are kinda interesting, but only a little. These ruins are home to artifacts that can catch a high price, but kinda make it loopy unless you have a protective case. The fires are a lie, they're not real. Bro just almost flipped, it's not real. It's not real. It's fake, okay? It's closed because the fires were real. Nah, they're fake. They're fake. You won't trick me. You're working with the artifact. You're not real. You're not real. But these claustrophobic passageways are also home to alien guardians, which will be much more important at the end. Guardians that show up here are the weakest ones, but they can still be tricky if unprepared. EMP is good against them. They beep, they boop, they boom. However, a discovery in this area was made that's changed the course of the run forever. There's no escaping it. All the way over here. This is where we started, I think. Oh wow, all of these outposts are abandoned now. Whoa! Okay, that's cool. And why is it abandoned? Because of the radiation. You see this red hue? That's radiation. Everything back has become abandoned. I think that's it. Maybe in a normal game they also abandoned, but I don't think they would in a normal game. It's pushing us deeper in, yeah. That's why you mentioned Jupiter's radiation is getting bad? Yeah, Jupiter's radiation is getting bad. Yeah, fuck, okay. Radiation is an optional hazard turned on in the settings before the campaign started, intended to push the player forward. It definitely pushed me forward. I don't know why, but the thought of being in the Juvian radiation freaked me out, so I tried to keep pace with it. Unfortunately, the European Ridge slowed my progress to a crawl, and once I had access to the aphotic plateau, the only avenue for progress was backwards. Right into the radiation. Turns out though, Us the player aren't the only ones affected by the atom, but rather every creature, and starting a level in the glow kills every non-mission, non-abyss creature. We're joining the Church of Adam, okay? We're joining Adam. Oh my god, is that a Moloch? Is that a goddamn Moloch? I want its bone. Nope, it's a pile of hammerheads. It's a pile of hammerheads. I'm still looting them. Okay, I'm still looting them. And even though the Abyss creatures aren't dead when the level begins, they are still affected, which definitely adds to their scary nature. That is if Guy didn't get stuck. What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you stuck? Are you stuck? Aw, look at the little latchy man, stuck on his own legs. Haha. Haha. Everyone in chat, bully him. Bully him. Obvious question, how is this good? Well, the radiation is actually really easy to manage. To cure radiation sickness, you need stabilozine, or anti-rad, which is made of stibiline. And Stabilas is gotten from the swim bladder of hammerheads. And fortunately, a lot of hammerheads died for me to get to this point, and you bet your ass I looted all of those corpses. Conversely, if 2 pills a level, at most, is too much, then getting a hazmat suit will completely negate the possibility of getting radiation sickness. Completely and utterly. Now, during my time in the plateau, I did try to leave the radiation as quickly as I could. Okay, for challenge sake, let's try to stay out of the radiation. As easy as the radiation makes it, I think we should try to use it less. Which I will learn was a terrible mistake. Leveling up in the game without extra hands requires a mission. More money and higher difficulty, the more XP. But in my rush to escape the glow, I pushed myself forward without missions, when I really didn't need to. I mean, I could have restarted the run with radiation off, but fuck you, I am not doing that shit again. So I'll take the cheese. I ended up back in the glow anyway, and in my sprint, I'm now a tree behind, a perk tree behind. I should have finished at least 2 perk trees during this run. I didn't. I'm mad. I'm upset about that. I'm not, but I am. But I am. Radiation made skipping this area easy, letting me catch up on materials but leaving me behind on levels. Almost like I didn't learn the lesson from the fucking cold caverns or something. Getting out of the glow, I was able to experience the Great Sea as intended. And I really wish I didn't. The Great Sea picks up the danger level, mainly because we're out of the radiation, and enemies can spawn alive now, but also because this is where giant spinelings start spawning in more, and Pizarro crystals start spawning, the little zappy bitches that keep frying my junction boxes. This is also where I started to spec the sub into stealth. You know how? Elaborate. Turn off weapon lights. How do I do that? Lights. Fucking bitch ass. There we go. All of them done. Lights off. Driving slow. I think they noticed me. I don't know. Gotta go on battery. I still don't understand it, so I won't explain further. This is also where the Huskies become more important, and not in an adversarial sense either. I know I said the faction's lore will be ignored, however this one has some mechanical utility to me. Also, they're really cool, and I want to talk about them more. The Husk is a parasite that consumes the inside of its hosts until an empty exoskeleton remains. In-game, the only creatures that can be husks are humans and crawlers. There is a mod that expands the husks, but that's irrelevant to the point. It's just cool though, it's cool. When getting hit by a husk, there is a pretty high chance of a player getting infected and needing treatment. But What if the husk parasite could be controlled to give humans the resilience to withstand the pressure of the European Ocean? Well, fortunately, there's a group looking to do just that. The Church of the Husk is a maligned group on Europa, looking for a true symbiotic relationship between the husks and humans, where the husk grants the body incredible resilience, but the host's mind is not lost in the process. They're able to achieve this goal through splicing their genes with husk DNA, and also techno-magic bullshit with the zealot robes. Now, of course, I did try to make most friendly with the huskies. Being pushed deeper, though, made it difficult to focus on their quests. I thought the only way to resist the husk was with the gene splicing, but after finding an abandoned outpost with husk extremists in it, zealot robes were found, and I learned what they did, and I managed to transcend. This was a very back and forth transcendence, as I still needed to manage the radiation, so once I ran out of stabilizing, I was back to the hazmat suit, which would be lame, but very necessary. Goodbye, husk. Oh shit. Oh shit! What do the husks actually do, though? Well, once the infection gets to 80%, an appendage pops out of the player's mouth which they can use to infect others, as well as they're able to swim in the ocean without a diving suit, and they also get a small health regen, which has actually clutched me out of a likely death. So it's actually very useful. And I'm pretty sure there's a small damage resistance, but I don't know if that was just the husk or my diving suits. I don't know. I haven't done the math on that one. The downside, the in-game voice chat, text chat, and command wheel is all disabled, easily nullified by the fact that we have no one to talk to except the voices in my character's head. I spent a lot of time in this area being sunk by giant spinelings and looting the same 3 ruins. Just like the European Ridge, my progress stalled and radiation caught up. Back in the glow, I charge headlong into the hypothermal wastes, with my patience gradually waning. The closer we get to the end, the less I have to say. This will probably be the quickest chapter, probably because it's just the quickest area. It's very short. The hypothermal waste is where outposts stop spawning. We're finally entering no man's land. Outposts can spawn here, but an active effort on my end is needed, which means activating beacon stations and hunting abyss creatures. And the only abyss creature we're likely upon here is the endworm. The endworm is the last abyss creature likely to be encountered. They're by far the largest, but by no means the hardest. That honor in my book goes to the Cerberus. Nor the scariest, which also goes to the Cerberus. Nor the coolest, which also the Cerberus. Listen, he's my favorite and you can't take this from me. But the endworm's frequency of spawning in this one area where civilization has stopped means he's my best and only income. So a lot of these long boys are gonna die. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, you're so close. Oh my god. You're so close to eating me, go away, scram. Where the fucking is going up? He's going all the way up, okay. We can loot his corpse later. We can loot his corpse later. I need to fix my shit. Did you know corpses float? Turns out. In this area, I was behind on everything. I had just gotten Iron Storm, but hadn't the money to upgrade the hull, and my other systems were maxed only to tier 1. What I needed most was a coalition station to spawn so I could upgrade the Dug one last time as efficiently as I could before heading to the Eye. Oh shit, is that the end? Is that the end? That's really close. I think this is the end. Okay. Alright. Huh. I'm considering my course of action here. We could beeline it towards this bit and try to just finish the game. Or we can try to wrap up these beacon stations, try to head towards a coalition settlement, upgrade a bit, and then go here. Honestly, I think I'm gonna clear up the the beacon station. That will cause the radiation to spread to the end before I do. But we're potentially 4 jumps away. We're really close. We're, like, incredibly close. And as I was clearing the beacon stations, the Coalition plopped an outpost right next to me. So, I managed to get my final upgrades and make my charge towards the end. The Eye of Europa, our final destination. This is it. The final area. No turning back. So this is the most different area in the game, and probably the coolest. Oh, what's this beacon over here? Oh, plot. Gotta ignore that shit. Ugh. God, I'm sickly. Lore? In my video games? Couldn't be. This area has the aesthetic of the alien ruins, but scaled up to meet the size of the sub. And so do the Guardians. There are 3 new Guardian types, more like 2 variants of one we already met, and the worst one. The 2 variants are the Cutter Guardian and the Shock Guardian, as I call them. The Cutter Guardian is equipped with the alien weapon, basically a plasma cutter but more. They just run up to the hole and get shot, not that impressive. The Shock Guardian is an annoying one, as they shoot the ship with a zappy zap jolting my junction boxes, then they run away, the fucking cowards. I learned late the best way to deal with them is to just get out of the boat and shoot them with your guns, like your handheld guns, because they don't really know how to deal with hand-to-hand fight. They don't have the moxie. They don't have the moxie for it. And the final Guardian is the Portal Guardian. These bitches know exactly where your blind spots are, and they're hiding there. The Portal Guardian is twice as big as the fractal ones, and twice as annoying. At certain health thresholds, this bitch spits out this little Healy ball. The Shock Guardians get 1 of these guys, the Portal Guardians get 4, and at 1/4 health, this dude spits out 2 at the same time. As well as having a larger health pool than the Fractal Guardians and a more hurty weapon, a weapon that hurts more, these guys are the worst. I hate them. Explosive ammo is good against these guys, mainly to get rid of the balls. Last notable thing is there's a modified Endworm here who has their piercers removed and got lasers attached. There's only 1 of these guys and they're relatively easy, as the room that you fight him in is much smaller in comparison to the Abyss. And he doesn't have his pincers, so he can't throw you around, which is lame. And now, after navigating these alien halls, we reach the final room, and we meet Yahweh, Jove. One could call him Jod. The final boss. Oh wow, it's Jod. It's the guy. Oh, how cool. It's the big scary. Whoa, the big scary. How horrifying the big scary is. Big scary. So before actually fighting Jod, there's some plot shit, fodder enemies in the area, and 3 pylons in the chamber that need to be destroyed before we wake the sleepy feller. Also in this room is a wrecked ship with a fabricator directly next to a reactor. Very convenient for me, as I don't have my own fabricator, and I really need one. A few notes about the fabricator: it needs to be wired and repaired to work. Probably just deconstruct a light and use the wires from there. And it technically can be used after destroying the 3rd pylon, but it is not recommended unless you want to do a repair-a-thon. Now, the pylons and Jod. 1 orb, and Jod yells. 2 orbs, he starts breaking junction boxes, and 3 is when he properly wakes up and starts spitting anomalies. This is where things get difficult. My initial idea for what to do is do what I always did, sink and shoot. But the EMP yelp and the anomalies is overwhelming, and every perch point is out of reach of the guns, so chilling in a corner and shooting in a vague direction is very ineffective. Key piece of info: the caverns the pylons were in are out of reach of the anomalies and EMP, so those are prime repair areas. safe, cozy corners to do maintenance. The plan? Go from one cavern to the next, deal as much damage as possible, then do repairs. And if I miss, fix the ship so it can fall in the hole in the middle. But managing to get the ship in working condition requires a specific and tight order. Pumps, junction boxes, but specific ones, hulls, engines, the monitor. Knowing which junction boxes are connected to which installations is really important to pulling one out of Jod's grasps. And in the worst case, restarting the area is always an option. Good thing there's a save point at the start of the room. But after 17 hours in this area, and a total of 112 hours across 18 streams, I finally kill Jod and beat Barotrauma Crewless. We fucking did it! 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 We killed him! He's dead. Oh my god. We fucking did it! We fucking did it! We fucking did it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, you have no idea how painful this has been. But don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed every second of it. Every second, every setback, every struggle, every new discovery, This has been an adventure. At least for me.